Your weekly half-hour look at Sooner sports from our perspective. I'm Josh Kopelman.
And I'm Rachel Sanchi.
Coming up on Sports Pad, it's spring in Oklahoma, which means it's once again football season.
Plus, Big 12 tournament, Sooner men have the 8th seed. Can they beat Texas A&M again?
Well, welcome to our Sports Pad. Rachel, the weather outside has been feeling great.
Yeah.
Seems like spring is just in the air.
And with springtime comes with 2 words everybody wants to hear: spring football.
That is right, because football's king here in Oklahoma, and fans have been waiting for football to start again. The Sooners took to the practice field for the first time this spring today. The team is working on some light hitting drills and going over its plays, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which has struggled at times last season.
Oklahoma has several key players that are out with injuries, including cornerback Aaron Colvin, linebacker Tom Ward, and center Ben Hayburn. Even with the injuries, though, head coach Bob Stoops is making sure the team is working hard.
Anxious to get started with our players, get out on the field here today and start spring ball. To me, it's one of my more fun times of the year, exciting times of the year when you get a chance to go out and start working football again with the guys, with the new team.
So spring football is just beginning while basketball's regular season came to a close this week. The Sooner men went 1-1 this week, beginning with a loss to Texas on Wednesday, 72-64. The Longhorns did not lead in the game until there were 6 minutes remaining in the second half. Cam Clark did put up a double-double for the Sooners with 12 points and 11 boards. Saturday, Lon Kruger and the Sooners hosted David Lobo and Texas A&M on Senior Day. First half, Romero Osby slamming the ball down. Sooners lead by 7 at the break, and Romero Osby had a huge game in the second half. Spin around layup here puts the Sooners up 12, largest lead of the game, but Aggies making a comeback. It's David LeBeau, that's why we showed him earlier. Spin move, it's a 1-point game with a minute and a half to go. Sooners still with the lead though. And who else but Romero Osby to give OU a 3-point lead at the layup under a minute to go. Last chance now for the Aggies as Dash Harris, their point guard, hands it off to Elston Turner for the tie. No good off the rim. Sooners shake hands as the victors, 65-62. Cam Clark nearly had a double-double in this one. He had 9 points and 9 rebounds. The win gives OU the 8th seed in the Big 12 tournament. Lon Kruger, how does it feel?
Happy for the guys. Had a lead there that we kind of let slip a little bit, but A&M made some good plays, good shots, and then our guys executed some things well late. Had a good defensive stop there to get the win, so happy for them.
And let's take a look at the opening round of the Big 12 tournament. As I mentioned before, OU is the 8th seed. The Sooners will play the Aggies once again. Winner plays top-seeded Kansas. Oklahoma State battles Texas Tech in the late game. We'll look at the complete bracket later in the show, but our Sports Pad caught up with Lon Kruger at practice today.
Change things slightly, but it's not like everything's going to be changed in a couple days of practice. Both teams know each other very well. Imagine points a little harder to come by in the next meeting. Both teams anxious to play, I'm sure.
The women's team looked for a win against Kansas Jayhawks Sunday afternoon. The Sooners honored senior Helena Serena for senior night, and Serena started out getting inside and making it fall. And then Ellenberg, who is one of the all Big 12 players who just made first team, fights it inside and gets to 2. She finished the night with 27 points. At the end of the first,
Sheree Campbell, she's pretty good at scoring too herself.
Gets it in transition, scores. The Sooners lead at the half. They kept the momentum here with that steal for Morgan Hook, who took it in for 2. However, it wouldn't be enough as the Sooners fell 83-77.
We didn't play inspired. Bottom line, we didn't get 50-50 balls. We didn't cover for each other on defense. We didn't crash the offensive boards. We got blocked out. They were physical, and we were done with it. They wanted it worse than we did. Simple.
Cole not happy after that game, but the Sooners still got the 2 seed for the Big 12 tournament on Thursday. They'll play the winner of Oklahoma State, Missouri. Number 3, Texas A&M, and 6th seed Kansas are also on OU's side of the bracket. The number 1 seed is undefeated Baylor, who will await the winner of Texas and Texas Tech. The 4 seed is Iowa State, who plays Kansas State.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have details on Sooner baseball and its 3-game weekend series in New Mexico.
And Sooner Gymnastics dominated this weekend, plus it was senior night for the women's gymnastics. We'll have more right after this.
Go U Tennis Team and watch us on our sports pad.
The Sooner wrestling team fought hard in the Big 12 championships on Saturday. Oklahoma finished third overall with 60.5 points after being pushed back by Oklahoma State 73 points. Kendrick Maple became OU's 177th conference champion as he claimed his first individual conference title. He has a 28-1 record for the year. The Sooners' performance put 8 OU wrestlers in the national tournament in St. Louis on March 15th.
The Sooner baseball team was in action over the weekend in Albuquerque, sweeping the New Mexico Lobos after a midweek loss to UT Arlington. Friday, the Sooners needed extra innings to beat the Lobos 7-6 in the 10th. Saturday, the Sooner bats were on once again as the Sooners won 10-5 on the back of right fielder Cody Wren's 4 RBIs. And Sunday, pitchers Jonathan Gray and Jordan John combined for a 5-hit shutout as the Sooners won 4-0. It's just my mic getting fixed over there. The baseball team was not so lucky on Wednesday against UT Arlington. Jonathan Gray on the mound for that one as well. And he had a rough outing as giving up this 3-run jack to Preston Beck. That would put the Mavs up 4-0 in the top of the 5th, and that would be all they needed as the Mavs poured on the Sooners 10-4. The Sooners start a midweek series against Arkansas Pine Bluff before traveling to Oregon for the Nike Showcase this weekend.
The softball team took on the Iowa Hawkeyes yesterday in their home opening weekend. Junior pitcher Kehlani Ricketts put up another strong performance in the circle, totaling 11 strikeouts while giving up 3 hits and 2 runs. Ricketts also took care of business at the plate with this RBI double to score Destiny Martinez from third. Later in the inning, freshman Callie Parsons knocked this one over the left field fence, only her 6th collegiate at bat. The Sooners defeated Iowa 4-2 and will host Austin Peay tomorrow at 5 p.m. The women's tennis team came out on top of a bedlam showdown this weekend in Norman. The ladies, who usually struggle in doubles, came out ahead early on the winning doubles points. Mie Lancaster boosted the Sooners to a 2-0 lead with the first singles match win. The Cowgirls came back to win 2 matches, but OU fought back to win 3 more matches. Whitney Ritchie pulled out a 3-set win to secure the victory for the Sooners 5-2. Marie Perry-Huet shared her thoughts on the bedlam win.
It feels great. We've been having a rough year this year, and we really wanted to win that one. It meant a lot for us, and especially they're a really similar team to us. So I'm really happy we put that off today. Yeah.
On the men's side, the Sooners dominated Arizona on Sunday on their home court. 31st ranked OU had no trouble taking the doubles point, winning all 3 matches. David Poulter and Guillermo Acorta, who was ranked 84th in the nation, led the Sooners to a strong 3-0 lead with 2 powerhouse singles wins. OU lost only 1 singles match, giving it a 6-1 victory over the Arizona Wildcats. Next up, the men's team will take on Louisville next Monday right here in Norman. Saturday, the #1 Sooners men's gymnastics team took down #4 Stanford, posting their highest score of the season. Jake Dalton took the titles in high bar, floor, vault, parallel bars, and scored a season high in all-around. Raymond White and Dylan Akers both scored career highs on pommel horse to advance Oklahoma's lead. Sooners also dominated rings, with Dalton marking a career-high score and Troy Nitsky marking a season best. Catch OU back in action Saturday, taking on #8 Michigan.
The #2 ranked women's gymnastics team battled the reigning national champs Alabama Friday night. The Sooners' 4 seniors were honored for senior night, but got right to work. Senior Sarah Stone posted a 9.925 on vault. However, the Sooners found themselves playing catch-up against dominant Alabama squad. Megan Ferguson put up another spectacular performance on bars to keep the Sooners alive, but it all came down to the final 2 floor routines of Sarah Stone and Megan Ferguson. And on senior night, both of the seniors posted phenomenal scores of 9.925 and 9.95 to help the Sooners defeat the Crimson Tide.
It was really a great night for them. I feel good that it was a good ending. And, you know, we're competing here for a Big 12 championship, so it doesn't feel like the last time, but it was a great ending.
Sooner hockey team competed in the American Collegiate Hockey Association's Division I National Championship Tournament this weekend. Going into the tournament, the number 9 Sooners bumped off number 8 Iowa State in a decisive 8-2 victory, but lost in the quarterfinals to number 1 Penn State on Sunday, 6-3. OU finishes its season ranked number 7 in the nation with 26 wins, 13 losses, and 2 ties. Stick around for more Sports Pad. We'll have a look at newly improved L. Mitchell.
As the Sooners baseball team heads back to find some pricey improvements to the stadium.
As we mentioned earlier, Oklahoma baseball is coming off a sweep of New Mexico over the weekend, and tomorrow it returns home to its new park with a new $4 million look. The crack of a bat might sound better this year at L. Mitchell Park, as renovations to the stadium are now complete.
Batting cages, the practice field, the new scoreboard and jumbotron, now with the field turf going around and the seats extended down, the backstop coming all the way down to the ground, the new warning track, which a lot of fans aren't even going to notice, but for players it's outstanding.
For the 4th time in 5 years, the players come out to an improved stadium.
The new additions of turf, I love it, man. It just brings out the field a little bit more. It's going to help the fans interact with the players in the game, and they're going to really feel like they're in the game, I think, with the players as well.
Yeah, it's funny seeing how this place has transformed even since I was here as a freshman. I mean, we didn't even have railings in the dugout. We didn't have padded seats. We didn't have a crazy new scoreboard.
The new additions bring excitement to OU baseball.
You see the program and the amenities of our Oklahoma baseball program growing as our baseball program grows. And I like that. Those things are exciting for our players and as we recruit.
The Sooners hope the season ends with a trip to Omaha in the College World Series in June. But for now, the team will enjoy its revamped home. L. Mitchell Park this week against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Game 1 is Tuesday at 3 and Game 2 is Wednesday at noon. Coming up, we go from hardball to softball with a catcher in studio.
Cleanup hitter Jessica Schultz is here to talk about the upcoming season. Stick around. Sports Pad's Drake Diacon is in the studio with softball catcher Jessica Schultz.
Well, it's actually Diacon, but I am here with 2-time All-America Jessica Schultz. Jessica, let's just go ahead and talk about your season last year. You had to battle through ulcerative colitis, missed the last 7 games of the season. Talk about how that's inspiring you this year to work just that much harder.
It's just been kind of a wake-up call that this game's not going to be around forever, and I kind of have to take every day, can't take it for granted anymore. I kind of take last season for granted a little bit, and having to miss all of postseason just made me want to get out there this season and just get out there and get back to the World Series with my team.
Despite the ulcer that you had, you still were able to play with Team USA this past summer. You also got to play with your teammate and battery mate, Kalani Ricketts. Talk about how it meant to be able to play on Team USA and also have Kalani on the team as well.
It was just a great honor being able to have the opportunity to represent my country, going to Canada, and then the World Cup. It was just a great honor, and having Kalani there with me just made the experience a lot better. I mean, we've been best friends since we got to this school, and it was just awesome to have her there with me.
Excellent. And when we're talking about your game as a catcher, what are some things that you feel like you can improve on, and some things that you think are the strongest aspects of being a catcher, both hitting and defense and calling a game?
I think one of the things I need to work on most is having a better eye at the plate. I tend to get a little aggressive and chase some things, so maybe this year tighten up my zone a little bit and see better pitches. And then behind the plate, work on maybe calling a better game for Kalani, just so she's doing an awesome job out there, and maybe be a little bit better behind the plate for her.
She's being a little bit modest when she says that she's a little bit too aggressive at the plate. She is 3rd in the Big 12 as far as batting average this year. So we'll just go ahead and say that. The Sooners are always, each and every year, they're competitive nationally. Talk about how you feel the team can be this year on the national scale.
I think this is one of our better teams. I mean, we have a lot of young players. Our freshman class has just come in and put up some great numbers this year. They work really hard, and they kind of push our older girls to work hard too. So, I mean, I think we have a great team this year. I mean, all of us are hungry to get back to the World Series. Just having a taste isn't enough. We want to get back there and kind of make a dent and win the whole thing.
All right, last question. talk about some of the reasons that you came to OU and to play for Coach Patty Gasso.
Coach Gasso is from California, so she kind of recruits a lot of California girls, and just the program itself has just a great reputation. They work hard, they're a blue-collar program, and they're always one of the top 10 teams, and that's just one of the teams I want to play for.
All right, well, thank you, Jessica. I really appreciate you coming on to Sports Pad with us. Now, I'm going to throw it back up to Rachel.
Thanks, Drake. You can catch Jessica and the Sooners tomorrow taking on Austin Peay at 5 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break right now, but when we come back, our experts will discuss Missouri, Kansas, and the rest of the Big 12 tournament madness.
Welcome back. It's now March, and madness is in the air. It starts Wednesday in Kansas City with the Big 12 tournament. Here's a look at the bracket. Kansas is the 1 seed. The Jayhawks play the winner of Oklahoma and Texas A&M. Baylor's the 4 seed playing 5th seed at Kansas State. KU has a big advantage of that. They didn't lose to any of those 4 teams on their side of the bracket. Over on the other side of the bracket, the winner of Wednesday's Oklahoma State-Texas Tech game plays number 2 Missouri. Iowa State's the 3 seed. They take on 6 seeded Texas. Championship game is Saturday. The winner gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, which brings us now. We're joined with Drake Diacon. Drake, man, Big 12 tournament's starting up.
I'm just excited that you said my last name right.
Okay.
Every now and then I get it right. I do my best.
It happens. Yeah, the Big 12 tournament's getting started this week, and I mean the team that you really have to be excited about in this is Kansas. As far as a team that can make noise in the national tournament, I think that Missouri has a chance as well with as good as their guard play is. They have 4 guards that can basically start anywhere, but you have to look at Kansas as the team that can make a whole lot of noise. I think that they're probably the best team in the conference, probably win the Big 12 tournament too.
Kansas definitely, they're the 1 seed, so obviously the favorite to win it. Rachel, what's your thoughts? Do you think, can Missouri take down Kansas or maybe Baylor or Iowa State or something?
I think it's Kansas. I think you're right. I think Kansas is definitely the best. And plus, my mom's from Kansas, been raised to be a Jayhawks fan, so I guess I got to go there.
Your mom's from Kansas. They
one
gotta
other,
be winning the
one
Big
other
12
thing
tournament.
to take into account is, as well, Missouri, how much depth they have on the team right now. They only have 7 scholarship players at Missouri, so that's another problem.
And they had that, they were up by 19 against Kansas.
And lost.
In the fog,
Yeah.
blew it.
Yeah.
Could be some of that depth you were talking about. Now, going into sleepers, who's your sleeper to win the tournament?
Well, my sleeper is definitely Iowa State. And OU fans are very well familiar with what it is Iowa State can do behind the three-point line. They scored 26 three-pointers in just 2 games.
Scott
against the Sooners.
Christopherson especially hurt the
Yes,
Sooners.
most definitely. So what they're able to do behind the three-point line, I think they're a team that could surprise some people, maybe make their way to the Big 12 championship game.
And Iowa State was a surprise 3 seed. Not a lot of high expectations. They were picked, I believe, 6th or 7th in the Big 12 preseason poll. They come out, they grab the 3 seed. They play Texas, a team that's been a little disappointed. Rachel, do you have a sleeper for the Big 12 tournament?
No, well, what about Oklahoma? Why are we talking about Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, well, they're an 8 seed. They got to beat A&M first.
Yeah.
Then they got to beat Kansas.
Well, they already beat A&M, so maybe they have a chance.
They have their work cut out for them. I mean, basically, for OU, what you're looking at is you have to win against Kansas in the 2nd round to be able to have a chance at the NIT. So,
Kansas, they were up at halftime in Norman against Kansas.
Yes.
And it was close in Lawrence.
This is going to be in Kansas City.
The problem is, in Lawrence, they were close at halftime. Which is
it's going to be in Kansas City. I don't see.
It's going to be all Jayhawk fans.
I don't see
some Missouri fans.
Kansas sleeping on OU a 3rd time. So.
Probably not. Well, or it could be like it was the first 2 games, close at halftime, and then they blow them away late.
Anything's possible.
And that's if OU gets by A&M. Remember those 2
teams. This is the big caveat here.
Yeah. And then there's also Texas. I think is a team that could be a sleeper. They played a lot of close games, haven't been winning them, but still a really good defensive team. Offensively, pretty good as well.
Yeah, they're also a team that's going to be having to play well to get themselves into the NCAA tournament as well. So
the Longhorns cannot lose in the 1st round. And guys, how many bids do you think the Big 12 gets?
I think you're looking at 5. I don't think Texas gets in.
You don't think Texas gets in? So you're thinking Texas loses to Iowa State in the first game. Rachel?
I don't know. I think Texas might beat Iowa State.
I think Texas makes a run. I think Texas makes it all the way to Big 12 title game and gets in the tournament. There'll be 6 teams. Oklahoma won't be one of them.
It is March. Anything's possible.
That's right. Well, thanks for joining us, Drake. That's all the time we have for now.
You can catch our show next Monday on OU TV, same time, same place. I'm Rachel Sanchi, Josh Kopelman, and on behalf of our entire student team, good night.